Bruce Melville there, give him a hand out. Two lads here from the Isle of Man. Never Cleveley. Peter Swales, stop. Russ Clarkson. Donald trying to spoil our film. You should win, Donald. You've got one of the best passengers. This is Donald on form. Could do with a bit trimming off that pig, I think, Donald. Good ride with there for Donald. Good clean. Section 3. Bob Morn comes to a quick stop. Bob's first trial, did well. Here's Mick Wilk on that yellow horse again. Only a bit dodgy is this Mick. Ian Wetherill and Colin Wetherill get through for a couple of dabs or so. Here we have first day leader and eventual winner Malcolm Ellis, Frank Griffiths get through, perfect. Mike and Cynthia Ride get through, no problems. Quick dab Mike. Here we are at the second group, Agglethorpe Quarries. Two tricky sections here, section 5. Quite a few didn't make the first part of the section, never mind the end bit. Andrew Naden and Chris Dale get through for a dab or two, and then seems to go very slow but still manages to get out for a 3. Dick Rampley and Sean Gray. Dick comes all the way every year from Southampton for a good weekend. Nice and slowly down to the bottom. Big handful straight out onto the top. Section 6. Barry Watson, Ron Suttle, second on the first day, eventual runner-up. Gets round here for a quick dab. Bruce Rushton, Terry Lovett. Up and coming riders, these lads. Very good ride there for a 1. Will Hawks. Fantic. Will seems to come up from down south every year just for the weekend. Comes to a halt there, and here we have Racer and Ron Walker. 500 Triumph. There weren't 500 Triumph sections this weekend, Ray, but I think you enjoyed it. A lot of beer and a lot of cigars. Now here we are at the lunch break. You can get spanners, welders and ale in whichever order you like. Everybody seems to enjoy the break. Fettle all the bikes up and have the dinner. Everybody's warm after that when they get there, because they've come over about 6 miles of rough moorland. Bruce Melville and Chris Lamb, last year's winners. Mole grips. Or pliers. Pliers, I think. Sunshine still with us. Nobody seems to be in a hurry to get off to the second part of the trial. And here we are at the first section after dinner. Section 21. Rod and Dave Green from Laban. Get through, no, sorry there Rod. Quick 5. Sections 23 and 24. So sorry, sections 22 and 23, two continuous sections, very rocky and very hard. Rod and Dave Green put up a good show up here, get up for a 2-3s. Believe it or not, the solos use these sections in the solo trial. Number 36, Malcolm Ayre from Southampton. Come to a halt. Pete Simpson might pole it. Very good ride up here. Get up the first one. Clean. And I think he fived it on the top one, but very good ride. Here you have Malcolm Ellis and Frank Griffiths showing the style. Did both of them for a quick dab. Very good ride that. Now this isn't a very good ride, Malcolm. Very dodgy ride this. Could be a 5, then a 3, and then perhaps another 5. And then Frank has a quick look round at the observer. Dick Rampley and Sean Gray get through for a 3. Moore Twins from the Isle of Man don't seem to be able to keep it going straight. This is the best ride of the day. Jim Riley and Barry Walton from Bradford get through here for a clean, which is a very good ride. It's a pity Passenger's not much good. Des Campbell from Bradford. I think these Bradford lads all seem to hang together when they go around the trials. Des Campbell burning at the back tire and burning with a fag. Steve Kirk, Mick Darnborough, another Bradford lad. Plenty power on. Now I think we have a little bit of crafty footwork here from Mick Rapley. I hope he's going to see this film. Bruce Melville, Chris Lamb get through, no problems. Mick Rapley, the footballer. Darlington's looking for some spare football men. Clean for the trial and 5 for kicking the stones out. Well, the rains finally came and took a little bit of the edge off the trial for about an hour or so, and then towards the end of the trial it fared up.
Sunday the 23rd of August 1981, and it's the Mintex again. This is again a national event for junior riders. It's a timed observation. It's held in some beautiful countryside. Here are the cars approaching the start through the village of Mask. Picked a fine day once again. There's a control centre. The Telford Farm and Moorhouse Farm areas. Quite a lot of preparations going into marking out the course, and also machinery in the scrutineering bay. All machines are checked, as are helmets and clothing. It's very essential that brakes etc. are really up to scratch. Quite a lot of steep descents. We have 4 laps of 18 sections for the A class, while the B class riders do 3 laps and missing out a couple of sections. There's Clark of the course having a word with Rob Edwards, who's acting as starter, and Michael Jackson, local rider, who's the first man away. Second man David Leather, he's from Sheffield, and the third man is David Clayton. There's David Suttill, Alan Williams, David Shields, Mark Snowball, Malcolm Richardson from Leyburn, Greg Williams, Stockton, Mark Willis, local rider from Richmond, Ian Marshall, Andrew Plumpton, Stephen Lambert, Colin Gelson, Tony Scarlett from Sheffield, David Bullen, Robert Butterfield, Peter Clayton, Mark Gaskin, Steve Saunders, Rob shaking hands with Mr. Saunders. '34's Andrew Steele, and there's Danny Stalker all the way from the Isle of Wight. Ian White, Darlington rider. Gary Moorhouse, Ian Boville, Christopher Riley. And here we have the B-class riders. There's Simon Rook 58, John Fletcher and Mark Simpson. Nigel Mackenzie, hoping to do well. Martin McGregor, Stuart Tate, John Potter, Lance Ingham, Nick Riley, Andrew Bingley, Shane Stalker, Graham Burkett, and last man away, number 77, John Duffy. Well, it's a case of get out of the way quick, because the first man won't be long before they're coming round. Ladies taking the positions to time the riders through. One rider approaching, actually section 3 this is along from the start. It's a long section over the stream, and first man here is number 1 Michael Jackson, with time as well as observation. The riders don't lose any time. Is number 2 David Leather. And picking his way across the stones, it's Greg Williams. Along the stream to section number 5. Again, a stream crossing with a slippery exit over some roots. Looks like Jeff Liddle. Tony Jones. Mark Simpson. Someone in trouble in the far side, getting it all crossed up. There's John Duffy. Now they're approaching the hill climb. Here we have riders struggling at the top of the hill climb. A very, very steep climb is this. A-class riders had to make it to the top. YBs went out just before the very severe rise at the end. Bike without machine. Without rider. That's wrong. Someone makes it to the top anyway, as a lot of riders actually did. We'll move on now to section 8. A very difficult section, was not cleaned all day. The best being 2 ones by Steve Saunders. Here's Michael Ray. Unfortunately getting stuck. Jeff Little trying to foot his way through. But again coming to a halt. We have Barry Watson and Ron Suttle marking this section. Here's David Suttles, Ronnie's son, who does struggle up for a 3. Really good effort this. Keep it going. And just making it. His son of clerk of the course, David Clayton, not getting very far. Nice fine day. Barry's got his shirt off. Here's the official starter, Rob Edwards, with passenger. One way of taking the dog for a walk. Brian Bainbridge coming to a halt. Suzuki rider Malcolm Richardson from Laban. Keep it going. Another 5. There's Mike Mitchison from Stockton-on-Tees also coming to grief. We're back at this section later on. Have another look at it. As we move on to section 12. It's quite a stiff one. Again, climbs over the rocks. I haven't time to look at the view of these riders. Rider number 50, Andrew Greaves.